Hey everybody, this is Corky, Corky's Model Railroad. Some of you have been watching my videos and commenting on them. I did a HO River Pass layout in the house, the Woodland Scenics kit. There's the kit right there, the box buildings. And that was a good experience for me, but HO just generally is too small for an old man. And so now I took up my G scales, which you see that Santa Fe and Hershey's in the back there. That's a G scale, which, considered by many to be really toys. And I've switched to O gauge Lionel. And really, I'm so glad I have, because there's so many less issues. And here I have the trestle from a track pack kit, fast track kit from Hobby Speed, where they laid out this, it's called Russell Mountain. So the track's just laying on this big train table I've got out here in my shop. And I put my Department 56 buildings out that I have. I just plugged them in. I noticed that a lot of O gauge people don't do the scenery, and don't, work with mountains and things. They tend to go with trestles, and they tend to work with a flat table. I know Mr. Muffin, who's a big O gauge guy, he recommends, putting on your table this, just this flat material, and then you're putting the buildings down, and then it's trestles, things like that. It's not really scenery in the sense that, Woodland Scenics. If I was going to do an O gauge Woodland Scenics layout out here, much like what I have on my HO in the house, then it would mean that everything would be up on foam risers to create the underground area. And then there would be profile boards up on the sides of this table to create the depth that's necessary for tunnels through mountains and things like that. The O gauge layouts that I've seen tend to look very urban, whereas if you do a Woodland Scenics landscape, with all the plaster cloth and the foam and all the trees and everything, it tends to look more rural. So I'm just in the process of designing the layout and putting the track out right now, which is the first thing you do anyway. But I would like to hear from somebody as to whether or not it's going to be advantageous. It's going to be expensive, because it ended up in the house costing, probably $2,500 with the kits and the things like that. So this is just a short video talking about future plans for this this 12-foot by 8-foot train table using a Lionel O gauge Polar Express. I'm also hoping to get the freight train version of Polar Express, and it fits more the scale with Department 56 buildings, which I'm very happy that I'm going to be doing. I'll have several villages. Here's the villages that I mostly got from Walmart, right here, and there is actually a Walmart there. So I have a mixture I've inherited a few pieces, and so I would like to hear any comments about what you think I ought to do. Do you think I ought to just drill holes in this table and take the wires down and leave it at the height, or should I do the full Woodland Scenics landscaping treatment, which would put everything up on risers and then profile boards along, and then, you know, the water will actually have depth to it and so forth. Just some thoughts and questions. Have a good one.